We're back, guys. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. Hakeem Jordan, what's cracking like? What's cracking like? What is cracking like?
Man, I'm happy to be here with the guys. Let's get it cracking.
That's a vibe. I feel good, feeling great. Good weekend. Brand new week. Let's start it go. Let's let it go. So let's go. Let's get it.
Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Monday evening. Moving along to sports. So, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog?
Yeah. So this past weekend, their All-Star game, I believe, was in Indiana, and it went well and everything. But what kind of really made a statement for before they started the game, as in all the WNBA All Stars have wore T-shirts saying, "Pay us what you owe us." So that strictly means, so right now they're in a collective bargaining agreement because of the league and also the players and everything, and it's just the players are just showing their solidarity, as in revenue is coming into our league, and since we're gonna start a deal, pay us what you owe us and everything. And we do have a clip to really break it down of how the league makes their money and what percentage the owners get and also percentage the players get. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
In response to the league's unfair pay. Right now, WNBA players only get 9% of league revenue. NBA players get 50%. That's not just a money gap, it's a system gap. NBA players get a cut of everything the league makes. WNBA players get paid from a fixed budget that doesn't grow, even when the league does. And the league is growing. Record-breaking viewership, sellout crowds, jersey sales booming, and the average team is up 180% from last year. Yet players still only received about $17.5 million total. If they had the NBA's model, that number would have been closer to 100 million. So the players are applying pressure, and they're doing it at the right time. College stars are making more from NIL than most vets. Overseas and Unrivaled offer higher pay, so the WNBA isn't the only option anymore, and the league knows it. That's why this moment matters. The current contract expires this fall. If no deal gets done, then a lockout is on the table. And the league can't afford that when its stars have this much leverage, especially with a new wave of fans backing them.
Yeah, so as you can see, the viewership is going up for the WNBA, and the players I see there, there's money is coming for the NBA, and when it comes to how long wherever they sign, they make sure they want to up their percentage, how much they're giving versus what the owners are getting. So it's going to be a very interesting season when it comes to after the season over, when it comes to the bargaining agreement and what they're going to get. So go ahead, Rodney. What's your take about the WNBA players are in solidarity, and when it comes to how you think they're going to get a little bit more percentage of what they think they owe, they want?
Now the WNBA has been increased in viewership, even though on this past week with the All-Star game, they say this year alone brought about 4.0 million viewers to watch the WNBA All-Star game, which is really good. And I think because the aspect of Clayton Clark and also Angel Reed impacting the WNBA brought a lot of viewership. However, this year alone, viewership still slightly is down because on the average it is each rating pretty much around this season is probably like 1.5 to 1.2. So they still have low ratings. So for the WNBA to get paid more, they need more and more viewership, more and more support from other people like men, especially men. I'm not gonna go too much into women because women tend to follow men when it comes to aspect of sports. So most of the time, women don't really know sports as well as the men do. So the more presence of men, especially NBA players, going to support the WNBA players, and more men are pretty much in attendance watching this. So right now, it's not really much sports going on to football. Starts at the end of August. So they got a lot of work to do for them to get paid. But right now, they slightly is doing better, but not as better enough for them to get paid. So that's why they're not paying them the way they want to get paid. Go ahead, I can go take on it.
So here's my issue with this. You're just not getting hot and you want a bag. There's overheads that has to be done. How many years that the WNBA has been losing revenue due to lack of sales and lack of people filling the seats or lack of attention? It's just now y'all getting there. Business owners have to recoup. There's things that has to be done. I would understand if you had the viewership like the NBA, then we can have an argument, but y'all don't. So it's going to take some time before that 9% go to 50%. Y'all have to be bringing in billions of dollars of revenue for the sports team, for jersey sales, viewership, people signing up, people are buying season tickets, box office. There's a whole system to this stuff that I don't think they understand. Or pay us what you owe. Okay, not yet. Work a little bit harder.
This is going to be very, very interesting, fellas, and I'm going to lean towards the player side of it, and the players are doing the work. As Caitlin Clark has been into the league, we see that for her alone, every city she go to, people want to see her. That's a good thing. We see as Andrew Reese, she's probably one of the most marketable WNBA players beyond Caitlin Clark because we see her get so many endorsements. Even though Caitlin Clark does have endorsement, we see Angel Reese do a little bit more endorsements like with television, McDonald's, Reebok, every single thing in that. So they got the player to do it. Also, they have the marketable player also in Angel Reese as well, which is a good thing. Also, remember, fellas, they just got a new team in the Golden State, the Valkyries, and since they came out, they're when it comes to the most profitable. They're the number one, and they just came out this year. And also, they got other WNBA teams coming out since 2030. I believe it's Detroit, Cleveland, and Philly. So if they keep getting the viewerships up, that means when it comes to these new teams coming to these cities, it could be more revenue at that as well, especially in Detroit. I remember back in Detroit Shots back in the early 2000s, they won 3 championships. Even though they wasn't profitable back then, I know Detroit would support, if the Shots come back and everything. So I can see a leeway of getting more money. I'm not saying get a ridiculous amount of money, but I feel like if you can get them to an upper 6 figures, close to $1 millionaire of getting something like that, I think that would be a big increase in everything. Like I said, I was seeing give it $5 million a year, $10 million a year, $15 million a year. But if they could get to the rate of high 6 figures to over $1 million, I think that would be a big boost when it comes to the players because I think the top players she get paid like $250,000, something like that, and everything. So it just takes baby steps. So if they could get to that type of height of being millionaires or high 6 figures. And like I said, and also with the league as well, like if they keep getting raised and up, and also the playoffs, it turns to a different level. The players have a case and everything. So I feel like players need to be paid what they owe. I'm not saying ridiculous amount of money, but they get to the high 6 figures, maybe $1 millionaire. That would be a big win for the players.
Yeah, but shout out to the WNBA. They did increase in an aspect of popularity. Is there continue to put in the work and continue to boost each other up? Eventually, they'll get there. They will get there because they added another team. I think to Detroit and I think to Washington.
Yeah, the Shots.
So they put in the work. That's how the NBA was in the beginning. Started. It wasn't all that hot until they started doing what they needed to do to become hot. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click on because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to the Jabbar that's in the building right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to you guys right now watching us on Bingo Live, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, X, Rumble, you name it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely fresh start Monday. Oh, not only that, but shout out to White High that's also in the building too. NBA attire with suit. WNBA should wear shirts or skirts in here.
Come on, White.
Nah, because then it's gonna be too sexualized. It's not gonna be good for
Yeah,
TV. Because remember,
exactly.
you have young kids watching it. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna make them too sexualized. Moving along to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. So, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news?
Let's get into it. Let's talk. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's get to some financial news. So, a lot of people think that, we might go into a recession, how the economy is, and some people how Trump is doing with these tariffs and with the tariffs and everything. People think they're gonna go broke. But according to a JP Morgan analyst, he says, he expects there to be no recessions over the next 12 months. And he really breaks down the numbers and everything. So we do have a clip on it. So go ahead, clean, play the clip from CNBC. And after that, we'll chop it up.
NASDAQ hitting all-time highs earlier today and tracking for a positive week. Joining me now with his outlook for stocks, JP Morgan Asset Management Global Market Strategist Jordan Jackson. Jordan, thank you for being here. So it seems like you are not expecting a recession over the next 12 months. What are some of the headwinds that could derail that expectation?
Well, I think the market is fairly sanguine over the very, very near term, right? We've got potential reciprocal tariffs being put on place on August 1st. That would mark a meaningful increase in the average effective tariff rate. We're currently sitting at about 15%. If those tariff rates are put into place on August 1st, that would raise that number to around 22%. So a pretty big jump, not close to the 30% that was roughly announced on April 2nd, but pretty darn close. There's also August 12th that we need to be mindful of as well, and that's when trade negotiations with China are supposed to largely be announced, and I haven't really heard much development in regards to that. So markets do appear to be, as we flirt with all-time highs, sort of sanguine over the very, very near term. But that being said, as you've highlighted, I would say over the next 12 months, I think markets are going to be higher than where they are today, probably meaningfully so.
We're concluding our first full week of earnings for the second quarter, and they came in above expectations, but a lot of the big names did move lower on the results, perhaps because they had moved so much heading into the print. So it's kind of a sell the news and valuation concern. How do you think that portends the rest of the earnings season, particularly as we look ahead to tech earnings beginning next week?
Sure. So I think the word I would describe for the earnings backdrop is resilient. Companies sort of came into this period of certainty, really did a lot of cost-cutting measures, whether it be reducing workforce or putting freezes on hiring, really working with their suppliers to sort of try to either bear the brunt or have some of their foreign suppliers bear the brunt of higher tariffs. And so I think when you look at the broader backdrop, you've got to look at resiliency in some of the earnings. And I think we'll see that in some of the tech earnings that we get over the course of next week. The question will be is sort of forward guidance. What are they signaling over the next couple of quarters? We continue to hear more of a cautious tone from CEOs with the expectation that the economy is going to begin to slow over the second half of this year. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of forward guidance we get that informs our earnings expectations for the tail end of this year.
Yeah, so there you have it. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take about, do you see the recession in the next 12 months?
Now, a lot of people felt in the beginning of this year we was going to head to a recession because of the aspect of Trump. And when it came to the tariffs, when it came to Canada, Mexico, and China, as you can see that it really did do an impact to the economy for a short period of time. But now everything in the economy is starting to fix itself. Shout out to White like White says, Texas food cost is lower than it ever been before. You can see that certain deals that Trump is making through other regions throughout the world are working as it's supposed to be doing. So it's not bringing us into a recession. Trump spoke about this, I think, 3 months back. He was like, we're not going to the recession. Don't believe the fake news out there. And as you can see, we're not going to recession. A lot of the economists are saying that they thought within the last year we was already heading there. But when Trump came into administration, it saw that he started to twerk everything out. That's what people voted him for, was the aspect of the economy. Now, him doing other things, That's not what people are actually voting him in. They voted him because they want the economy to be fixed. They didn't want the Biden administration or the Democratic Party to come in and to bring us back into a bad deficit. So shout out to the Trump team. He did what he said he was going to do. We're not going to recession. Go ahead, Hakeem.
You
You're
on mute
muted.
still. Muted.
I'm gonna have to agree with you 100%. The way the markets are going, and we could see things are just leveling out. And I want people to preface this and say that if you think this prices are going to go back to 1999, get that out your mind. Times have changed. Prices are where it's supposed to be. Some things are going to go down. Some things are going to elevate. Some things are just going to be at a baseline. But I do think that he has given us what he wanted. He's gotten prices where it's supposed to be, and we're not in a recession right now. It's all on you. What do we do from here?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is about it, when it comes to like stuff that's really expensive, stuff too high, we'll see stuff going viral, like high eggs, at the time. Now it's back to normal. The egg production is back to normal. Gas, there's a gas station I go to. It's lowest that I've seen since a year ago when it comes to gas and everything. Also, the market looks good. Is looking really good right now. So, like I said, how it's the economy and the market's going and everything, for me and everybody else, we shouldn't, feel some type of recession coming anytime soon and everything. Um, yeah, but right now it's looking pretty good, Like I said, we don't see anybody complaining. Trust me, we would definitely, if we was complaining about the economy, we see a lot of things going viral that, when it comes to food, gas, rent, whatever, everybody be going AWR when it comes to, the economy and everything. So they're gonna go after somebody else, but right now the economy is looking good. Just hoping they can get a little bit better and everything, I don't, people should, I mean, for us and people, we shouldn't expect things to like go back to what Hakeem says 5, 10, 20 years ago. But, you should, as it comes to see how the economy is right now, we should be pretty good. And just, for people out there, when it comes to finances and everything, just set yourself up for a better future when it comes to yourself, or you have a family, also your family as well. So, right now I'm not complaining, so I'm cool with it.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along to hip hop. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news?
Let's go. Let's go to Atlanta. We got a little breaking news coming out of Atlanta when it comes to our Atlanta rapper Cash Out. So he had a big RICO charge against him. He was guilty, and now he was sentenced today of serving life in prison, and also the additional 70 years of racketeering from trafficking, firearm possession related to offenses of some to be served. Some be concurrently and also consecutively. So basically, he has life in prison. Also, his mom was involved. Was also got charged of 20 years of racketeering and also additional 10 years for trafficking to the run as well. So it's been breaking news coming out with a rapper Cash Out, and he was spending the rest of his life in prison. We do have a little clip, so go ahead, Keith, play the clip, and I think that will chop it up.
New at 3, covering a criminal case we've been closely monitoring, rapper Cash Out has been sentenced to life in prison after his sex trafficking RICO case conviction. Today, a Fulton County judge handed down that sentence. On Friday, a jury found Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, guilty on multiple charges. Gibson received 2 life sentences for rape and aggravated sodomy and 75 years for the other charges. Cash Out's mother was sentenced to 30 years for trafficking and RICO violations. His co-defendant, Tyrone Taylor, was given a total of 94 years on other charges.
Yep, so that was one of the big news coming out of Atlanta. And hey, when you get charged with a RICO, man, you basically done. So Atlanta, they do not play around. So go on, Ronnie. What's your take about what you out here about Cash Out, his conviction of Rico and spending the rest of his life in prison?
Now that was good, Austin. New subscriber to the channel. What's good, Austin? Thank you for coming by. Um,
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe so you never miss it when we go live. When it comes to Cash Out, it's sad to see that a lot of these rappers are really prostituting these women out here. It was just shocking to me. Like you keep hearing stories after stories after stories of these rappers like getting women into their enterprise and then soliciting them for for sex. Man, these guys, I don't know what get them into that mindset, but for Cash Out, he's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison. He won't be cashing out
Oh
this time.
wow.
And then for the aspect of his mom, and I'm
Right.
just giving it 100. I'm just saying no because I gotta get shout out to Fulton County because remember they said their whole their whole focus was to make sure to lock up these game bangers that's polluting the community, and they're doing a phenomenal job with that. I think other states like Chicago, Miami, New York, California need to do the same exact thing because these guys need to be off the street, and they cause a lot of crime like this, Rico and prostituting these women out here, Hakeem and Jordan. It is bad. It's not good for the community, and I'm glad that Phone County did a wonderful job. And we need to see more guys, like you said, Hakeem, in the prison system, but they're gonna continue to do this foolishness that's going on within the world. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Hey, I agree with you. I don't feel sorry for him. I think the judicial system gave him a wonderful gift, so he'll learn. You know what I mean? But a lot of people might say, "Oh, he got family, he got kids." You know, in the black world, they say, "Oh, you can't wish on nobody." What about the girls' families that were being pimped? What about them? What about them girls' psychological health? How long they're gonna have to be in therapy to go to rehabilitate themselves after being used up goods? So I don't care about nothing. I think thankfully they put all of them away, and we won't see. Hopefully, I'll see them in hell.
Yeah, it's just messed up when you got the mother involved and everything. And hey, man, I agree with you. I do not feel sorry for the man. You know, pretty much the case was clear cut. You know, too bad he didn't have Brian Steele, the Rico case stopper. You know, so even though you said the Diddy case and everything, if you probably would have had him, maybe he would have had a chance. But yeah, man, it was really clear cut. Him involved with his mom and another person that doing what we supposed to do and everything. So yeah, man. Sorry, Cash Out, man. You gonna spend your life. You gonna spend your life the rest of prison, man. And right now you deserve it because it's like you was born in it. Because if your mom is involved and she groomed you to do stuff like this, it don't stop. So Atlanta prosecutors they pushed into the full prosecution they possibly could, and they got him, and he's gonna spend the rest of his life in jail.
Now, but shout out to D the Generate that's in the building. Why I say now they have a madam? Yep. Why I say take away from black entertainer, only group being target. I gotta agree and disagree at the same time. I think there's white entertainers that are being targeted. Remember we talk about Harvey Weinstein, who is a producer, a well-known producer. You see, like he's fighting his case and he's trying to fight for his life. So there is some that are being targeted. It's just they not highly promoted. Cash Out was very well known, especially in the aspect of Atlanta. That's why he's talked about right now because he had a lot of hit songs. I think one of them I forgot the name of it, but
I'm cashing out.
he had a couple.
I'm cashing out.
Yeah,
I'm catching out.
I'm catching out. Like he did a lot in Atlanta, but I didn't know he did that type of corruption. And to me, you need to spend the rest of your life in prison. Um, it's just sad to say. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. You already know it is Monday. We got a lot of things to talk about. Unfortunately, we do have breaking news. Jordan, what is the breaking news when it comes to aspect of the beloved?
Yeah, man, this definitely tore my heart out when I found this out, and it breaks all of our hearts to hear this. So, former Cosby Show alum Michael Jamal Warner, he is passed at 54. He passed away in Costa Rica. He was with his family. Um, and apparently, he was out in the deep water, and one of the currents, took him out. And, when you hit a rip current, it pulls you deeper into the water, and it caught him, and it was caught by accidental drowning. And yeah, man, this right here was devastating because how young he was at 54, and it's it definitely hits for the black community. It definitely hits hard. But yeah, man, Michael Jamal Warner, dead at 54, and it's something. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take about hearing this very, very sad news?
I feel like a part of our history just got washed away at sea. He is part of our history. He comes from the big old Claire Huxtable, the Cosby Show. That's what people know him for. Jamal, you already know that's what we know him for. Michael Jamal Warner. He was very impactful, especially when it came to aspect of the Cosby Show. He also was a director. He did a lot of TV directing. Hakeem enjoyed it. If I didn't know, and also he also did poetry as well. He wrote books. He was very intelligent. He was featured on on a lot of shows, especially when it came to aspect of the Essence Festival. He was always present. His presence was always known, and for him to be gone, this actually hurt Bill Cosby because they told him today, moments after everybody found out, they told Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby felt like he felt like his son has been murdered because that's how close everybody was when it came to aspect of the Cosby Show. Remember, he grew up in the 80s all the way to the 2000s. Everybody know him for the Bill Cosby Show. We looked up to him. I looked up to him when it came to aspect of acting and also filming. And it's just sad to say that you could be on a vacation with your family and be washed away at sea. And this is why I always tell Hakeem and Jordan, you gotta make sure you appreciate life, love life, love your family, because you never know when it's time for you to go. And remember, he died at a very young age. 54 is very
Very young.
young. Go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
I think his name was Theo, right?
Yes, correct.
And
Yep.
The great Theo now.
we take people like this for granted because he grew up. We grew up with him. Let's get that straight. We grew up with him. You feel me? And to see him not here anymore just let us know that we're getting older. Ron, we talk all the time, and we always say you got to live your life and enjoy it. You never know what happened. And somebody as him who was healthy, he had just lost a bunch of weight. And that rip current ain't nothing. Really, life can take you whenever you want. I'm happy they found this body. Rest easy, my brother. You can always be Theo Huxtable to me. The cool, intelligent guy who didn't want to be a thug, and he showed us what a black family's supposed to look like and how a black son supposed to exceed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can remember a passing like this. I felt like this. Last time I felt like a passing like this is like, wow, kind of like a shocking factor and can't believe it factor was Chadwick Bowen when he had passed away from cancer. To me, this felt similar to this because they're young. You didn't hear any sickness, but until we found out with Chadwick that he was sick. But yeah, with Michael Jamal Warner, when you hear stuff like this, it's like it's very touching of how you should when you think about people around you, your family, and everything. You gotta make sure you love them and talk and everything because it doesn't matter you're in the water, snow, anything. It's stuff can take you out. And what happened to him? Having fun with his family. Not think about not Rip Current taking him out and everything. And apparently he did, man. You just gotta think about life is in when it comes to people around you. Like I said, you gotta love and respect and everything. that's the people that's just around you on an everyday basis and everything. Because a day like this, your life can be gone. It can be gone in a minute, a second, hour, then tomorrow, next week, whatever. You just gotta appreciate life, enjoy life, and it's taking one day at a time. Rest in peace to Michael Jawan Warner, and my condolences go out to his family and friends.
Yep. Why I say almost lost my life at a South Parade Island in Texas. Lifeguard brought me back to life, back to the island. Wow.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It happens, but luckily, why how you was able to be brought back to life, but other people, as you can see, are not able to be brought back to life. Moving on to other trending news, Jordan, what's going on with Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, over the weekend, Shannon Sharp finally settled his case with his accuser. We don't know how much money it is, but it's been settled. And it's been settled so much that Shannon Sharp accused her that he's messing around with. She put out on her Instagram that she will be retiring from OnlyFans. She said a little quote. She said, "Today I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you shown me over the past year. This community has given me a life I could never imagine. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I am truly excited for the next chapter. I love you all forever and ever." So this tells me she got paid big money from Shannon Sharp after this case was settled. So it's been settled, y'all. So go ahead, Ronnie man. What's your take? You think this was a good thing for Shannon Sharp, or was it a bad loss for Shannon Sharp?
Hey, D, I'm with you, D. I'm shaking my head too. He should never settle out of court. It's gonna be a whole nother situation with the P Diddy situation. Now you're gonna have other accusers coming out because now they seeing that you was able to get that back. Shannon Sharp was supposed to take her and Tony Busby to court. What is he doing? Now I understand he got legal advisor team. Me and my friend, we spoke about this too. He said sometimes a lot of these celebrities settle out of court because they don't have the time and the capability to keep going in and out of trial. I get it, but to me, you know why? Now other women that Shannon Sharp is dealing with is gonna come out. I Kimmy Jordan. Watch what I tell you, and then he's gonna be seeing a lot of lawsuits coming out under that belt because now he's settled out of court. He should have took her behind the court, won the case. He would have been straight with. Because the only thing that what Shannon Sharp was guilty of was just having a relationship with her. She had to prove that he actually raped her, and there's no foul play of that. Shannon made a terrible mistake. I think his legal team did a terrible job on this one. It's gonna bite Shannon it's gonna bite him in the behind. Watch what I tell you guys. Watch we gonna do another story about Shannon Sharp and another scandal situation. Go ahead again.
They ran the lick. He hit it. And I agree with you too. He dumb as hell for settling. Now you just make yourself look like a cold goofy. A cold goofy. I do not understand what the hell this man was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, people have their preferences, and that's how it is. And that's all we can do is just let him do his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, I remember when it first came out and everything.
Jordan froze. Hold on. Yeah, D agrees with you with our sentiment, Hakeem. He does agree. It's gonna look bad. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jordan.
and yeah, I didn't like how when the lawsuit came out, he immediately came out post on social Instagram saying, this is they giving her name, her age, and why getting historic and everything on Tony Busby like that. I mean, I think stuff like this you keep it kind of quiet and everything, but I didn't like how he first came out of it and everything. And I think one of the reasons he wanted to settle is because he want to see if he can try to get back to ESPN because football season is close and everything. So to me, Shannon believes the more I can settle, quicker I can settle this, the best way I can reshape my image and I let ESPN know, okay, I took care of it. Now it should be no problem whatsoever. Let me jump on and everything. But to me, I agree with you, Ronnie Hakeem. If there's a lawsuit against you, you need to fight it to an extent of the law. Because last week when when he went to Vegas and the trial kind of started and everything, neither Tony Busby or the victim showed up and everything. So to me, I was like, okay, cool. Teams showed up. They kind of like, and then Shannon Sharp needed to fight it the best way to prove his innocence and everything. But now that he's sold and everything, it kind of looks at people at the side eye of when it comes to Shannon Sharp, messing with this woman, when it comes to other women, they can be thinking like, Shannon Sharp, image is not really clean like that. He really didn't clean his image like that. Can he do it after? Maybe yes, maybe no. But I think it's definitely going to hurt him when it comes to try to get people come to his podcast because he's selling and everything. People will have some questions. I believe even though they said there might be a chance that he might go back to ESPN, but I would be surprised if ESPN takes him back and everything. And if they does, ESPN do it on the skin of their teeth because usually stuff like this, ESPN, they see stuff like this, you're done, you're gone and everything. So yeah, for me, it definitely hurt Shannon Sharp's image and everything. And when it comes to his podcast and everything, he'll still get numbers and views and everything. But I don't think Shannon Sharp, before Shannon Sharp before Shannon Sharp was lawsuit came out, I think this definitely is going to hurt his image, and I think it's going to hurt his podcast in the long term and everything, because it's just hard to see that all these rumors coming out when not just this, but mess with somebody else and everything, and it just don't look good. Can Shannon fix it? We'll just have to wait and see. But for me, Shannon, you should have fought this all the way and prove your innocence. And if you would have did that, your image would have been, kind of screened from stretch, and then you have to worry about stuff in the long term.
No, but shout out to Shiny Baby that's in the building right now watching us on TikTok, going over there showing us love. It got me blushing. Look at my cheeks. Got me blushing. Thank you so much, Shiny, and happy birthday! It's our birthday
Happy
week.
birthday,
So
Sean.
Shiny Baby.
What they do?
Shiny is your birthday week. Have blessing and abundance to you and your loved ones. Make sure you have a fabulous birthday week. And thank you so much for showing us love on the KI Culture Radio side. Like always, shout out to Bobby Bryan, the lovely Bobby Bryan, who's also in the building. Why I say guys sound like she's a little white. Why high is the why I say you should be focused on a woman lying on me. Why? Well, she retired now. They pay her. Trust me, they pay after that $50 million. I bet not hear he paid her $25 million. He paid her $25 million. He's a dummy. He's a dummy. That's the biggest bad fumbler of the year. Shout out to Anton Daniel. He came out with that. Yo, shout out to Busy Y'all, who's also in the building. And also Shiny Baby. D say happy birthday to you as well.
Busy Y'all. Maryland in the building.
Shout out to Dr. O'Raven is also in the building watching us right now on Instagram. Shout out to Dr. O'Raven because he's the doctor now. So I got to give him Dr. O'Raven. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Now we move to the main topic on today's show. Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on with Trump administration team and Martin Luther King?
Yeah, so big news coming out. He had talked about this before he got elected, and it came out today that Trump administration released the FBI records. I think it's over 200 pages of it. But the family of Martin Luther King, they're kind of opposed of it. They believe that with this coming out, it will kind of shows Dr. King's reputation of this information, and also the surveillance campaign orchestrated by J. Edgar Hoover at the time when he was president through the Federal Bureau of FBI. So with the documents coming out, the Kings, don't, they definitely don't like that. But definitely, Trump's coming out because they think, with this information coming out, this definitely is gonna put a bad reputation because of Dr. King, because there might be some stuff in there that we see Dr. King was doing that we might dislike, and we might look Dr. King as the side eye for some people. But we do have a little clip, so go ahead. I can play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Hey, tell Sean Busy Al say happy birthday from Maryland.
Busy Al say happy birthday, Sean, from Maryland. Go ahead, I can't play the clip.
Here in the anchor chair, I do want to talk about some breaking news as the FBI is releasing a massive amount of files. This relating to Martin Luther King Jr. I want to put up a post here on social media of the new information saying the Trump administration releasing these FBI records on MLK Jr. as they release these on the surveillance of the civil rights leader despite opposition from his family. And of course, leading up to his assassination in 1968. So this is a major development we're following closely here on Live Now from Fox relating to us, as the release involves more than 240,000 pages of records that have been under a court-ordered seal since 1977, when the FBI first gathered the records and turned them over to the National Archives and Records Administration. So, of course, for more on this, we're going to continue on as King's family, including his two living children, Martin III and Bernice, were given advance notice of the release and had their own teams reviewing the records ahead of the public disclosure. In a lengthy statement released on Monday, the two living King children called their father's case, quote, captivating public curiosity for decades, but the pair emphasized the personal nature of the matter and urged that these files must be reviewed within their full historical context. They go on to say, as the children of Dr. King and Miss Coretta Scott King, his tragic death had been an intensely personal grief, a devastating loss for his wife, children, and granddaughter he never met, an absence our family has endured for over 57 years. So, of course, a major news in terms of this here is I do want to give you more information as the President Donald Trump promised as a candidate to release files related to President John F. Kennedy's 1963 assassination. When Trump took office in January, he signed an executive order declassifying the JFK files along with those associated with Robert F. Kennedy and the King's 1968 assassination. The government unsealed the JFK files in March and disclosed some RFK files in April. Besides fulfilling the intent of his January executive order, the latest release serves as another alternative headline for Trump as he tries to mollify supporters' anger over his administration's handling of records concerning the sex trafficking investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. The King's records, meanwhile, were initially intended to be sealed until 2027, until the Justice Department attorneys asked a federal judge to lift the seal order ahead of its expiration dates. Scholars, history buffs, and journalists have been preparing to study the documents to find new information about his assassination on April the 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which King founded in 1957 as a civil rights movement blossomed, opposed the release. They, along with King's family, argued the FBI illegally surveilled King and the civil rights figures, tapping their office and phone lines with the aim of discrediting them and their movement. I'm Andy Mack. We're back after this.
All right, guys. He said the King file will take the eye off the Jeffrey Epstein's files, which is, kind of clear that, after the Jeffrey Epstein's files, they put the Martin Luther King files out. But hey, you guys will hear from us. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on, since Trump didn't took off the Epstein's files, he hurried up and pushed out the Martin Luther King files. So what's your take on this?
With you, Jordan, I think they're doing this as a distraction to get people away from the Epstein file. However, the liberal network, liberal news are continuing to demand Trump to release the Epstein file. Like I already stated last week, that file will never be disclosed because it's too many high-power elite that was actually present at the Epstein party. So, therefore, the file will never be released. I'm sorry. Now, when it came to aspect of Martin Luther King, I think it is a very disrespectful because the simple fact is the family didn't want that information to be disclosed until they was able to review it first. Then, when they felt it was coming for them to release it, then go ahead and release it. But the Trump administration team just went ahead and released it, and I think that was a fail on their part. To me, I think they should have let both things alone. Martin Luther King situation, I think everybody kind of knew that there was some form of legal involvement when it came to aspect of you know, Martin Luther King assassination. So everybody knew the truth. But the Epstein file, that's the one people want. That's the one I want. Is give me that file and let me know who was actually in it. Go ahead, King.
I look at this from a point of what's in the dark has to be in the light. Everything.
Yes.
So I can't wait till they release Roswell files. I want to know if there was real aliens over there. So knowing the assassination of Martin Luther King has been troubled a lot of us who grew up as kids. Now we're adults. We will learn this, and I can't wait for the deep dives. You're right, D Degenerate, the Malcolm X files. I can't wait for the deep dives that a lot of YouTube channels are going to do on these files. You know what I mean? It's 100 and something pages. So maybe I'm going to try to read it and go over it.
But how can we already know the truth? The FBI took them out. We already know.
You know what I mean? So,
Hoover and them, come on.
R.P. King.
Yeah. It's I'm sorry. It contains.
Hold on, Jordan messed up again. Yeah, but then you might be right. Malcolm X might be next, but you never know.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, without reading, sure, but a lot of people want to know about the Epstein files. We hear a lot of MAGA groups, are really like, trying to turn it against Trump when it comes to, when it comes to Epstein's files of, not him releasing it and everything. But these files will, maybe the next president, he probably can do it. But when it comes to Trump and everything, he said he was going to do it, but now, he's posted on releasing these files with the Epstein and also the Martin Luther King. I think it was definitely more easy for him to put the Martin Luther King's files. I think it is kind of disrespectful, and I asked the family before you do something like this. But Trump, he's the president. He's gonna do what he want to do. But I think with these files, I think a lot of MAGA people, they even though he put out Martin Luther King's file, they still gonna be upset. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but why not these Epstein files and everything? Because I was very shocked how a lot of MAGA really turn on. A lot of MAGA people that I know they're like love Trump. They definitely turn on him because of Epstein's files because they think Donald Trump is playing mind games on them and also people in America as well. So, yeah, I'll definitely look at these files. Do my research and everything, see what's up and everything. But for me, okay, the Martin Luther King files is out, but I still want to know what the Epstein files. Even though I know it's not gonna coming out, I still want to know who names are on Epstein's files.
Yep, it's not gonna happen. The same group that tried to take out the Donald. Yep, why? You already know. And that's the same group that ain't gonna release that Epstein file. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Right now, some of the topics we're about to hit, it may be a little bit triggering, so trigger warnings for those that's very sensitive on some of these topics that we're about to hit. Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on when it came to aspect of this streamer?
Yes, so we have talked about it before, how about how these streamers, they come to random people. Also, when it goes to another country, they kind of be disrespectful. But we caught this one streamer. I do not know his name, but he was recording this a guy's girlfriend while he was drunk without permission, and the guy he really went off. They almost got to the physical altercation because of him disrespecting him and his woman and everything. So we do have a clip, so you guys will see what I'm talking about. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we'll talk it up. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, watch out, man. Hey. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Watch out, nigga. Watch out, wait. Don't shoot, nigga. Wait, watch out. Back up, step. Wait. Watch out, back up, step. Back up. Don't shoot, nigga. Wait, all right, good. All right, wait, step, just back up, step, just back up. It's good, bro, it's good. Get the fuck out me. Hey, watch out, bro. Don't touch my camera, bro. You ain't your camera, nigga. Watch out. Watch out, bro. Watch out! Alright, watch out! What the hell you got going? Alright, watch out, bro! Watch out! Alright, you good, bro? Man, get that shit out my face, boy! You don't know what just happened. Brody.
Yeah, so these streamers they think they're the king, they can do anything, but they gotta watch themselves. They gonna get something for them. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this? How these streamers they get a little bit tight when it comes to these, short cameras around people that don't be around the cameras, and it's almost a fish wash.
Now I get it. Content is content. However, when it comes to certain things, you need permission. Some of these content creators don't understand it. They're trying to go viral, which, as you can see, they did go viral, but it's for the wrong reason. He had a situation that occurred with his girl being drunk, and he was tending to her. To me, if they was gonna record something, they could at least put him to the side. Hey, I'm just letting you know we're filming. Do you mind me recording? And more likely, he's gonna say no. Then you move it along. These streamers feel like they untouchable, and I'm telling you, it's gonna get worse to the point. Some of them gonna end up being deleted. We already did one story already. One of them got deleted. So there's gonna be many more if they don't get this together. They need to stop what they're doing and make sure you ask people permission. To me, this guy's not wrong. He's absolutely right. I probably would have did the same thing. Go ahead, Akin.
People think everything is content. No, it's not. There's times you need to just shut that camera off or that phone. You're going to get hurt. I'm talking to you, streamers. There's real gangsters and people who not playing games. You filming to get content, and they thinking this shit is playing. There's some places out here that will put that BTA, belt to ass. Why is it you filming a girl laying on the floor while somebody's comforting her? Some people need to know that this is like the weird Bizarre World type situation. I forgot what TV show that is. But please, brothers, not everything is content.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And these streamers are getting bold. They can do whatever they want. Once their camera's out, if they're holding the camera or that person they hire holding the camera, the world is free world. They do anything they want to do. I feel like fellas, we're getting very, very close. It might happen in the next week, next month, next couple of months or so, when we're gonna start seeing stuff go viral. How streamers they do all about, they trying to get close to a person, being out in personal space, and they gonna get whooped up. It's coming. I can see it coming already. And to me, it's definitely gonna when it comes to these streamers doing these things, they're definitely gonna learn. To me, they're definitely gonna see, okay, I'm doing too much and everything. You gotta realize when you're streaming go out the world, they see money. I get all that, but the thing is, you're also out in the real world, meaning people want their personal space. People don't want to get messed around with. People don't want to do what they want. People want their private lives and everything. And what this streamer did against trying to be so close to the woman and also have this person show the camera and everything, or the woman drunk and everything, you know, as a boyfriend, you lucky they're lucky he didn't catch a fade like that and everything. So streamers, remember, I know we go out there, it's money out there, but remember, this is the real world and everything. People are not with that all the streaming stuff. And the thing is, y'all keep doing this, y'all gonna follow the hard way.
Now that shout out to Upscale Ratchet on Bingo Live. I know what it is. Shout out to you, Upscale Ratchet. That gave us a lot of love on Bingo Live, man. Really do greatly appreciate the love, Upscale Ratchet. Guys, make sure you also go follow her over there on Bingo Live, Upscale Ratchet, man. She's funny. She's funny. Moving along to other trending news. Guys, remember, these are sensitive topics, so viewer discretion, please be advised. So, Jordan, what's going on in Florida?
Yes, we're gonna go all the way up to Jacksonville. So there was a wild video that went viral of a sheriff officer who broke into a passenger car and also hindered the driver as well. With this showing, there's been a big investigation when it comes to the sheriff office in Jacksonville, California. So we do have a video. So people remember, views question advised. We do have a video of the persons that are being hit. So it's got a little physical. Let's go ahead, can you play the clip? And then after that, we'll chop it up.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, okay, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No, don't. Get on the ground.
Put some fight.
When he pulled me.
Yep. So here's a little statement from the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. They say they're aware of the video that happened, and they say they will launch an internal investigation into it and the circumstances surrounding this incident. They said we hold our officers to the highest standard and are highly committed to thoroughly determine exactly what occurred. So that was for the statement for the Sheriff's Office. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take on this?
Comply. Reed talks about that. Blessed be upon you. Jordan Harden's also in the building. Comply. You got to understand something. We are in America, and especially under this Trump administration, they do have immunity when it comes to the aspect of police force. Therefore, man, do what you do what you're told. And they tell you step out of the car, step out of the car. It's a sad day to realize that we are still facing this as black men. We are still going through this, and it seems like we become our own prisoner in our own state. Now, a lot of people say this guy is wrong because he didn't comply. If he would have complied, it wouldn't have got that joystick. And keeping in mind, too, his camera's already on, so anything would have happened, the camera's already on. All you had to do was say, okay, as soon as they step out of the car, your hands up, and that's it. Don't put yourself into no form of harm's way. And people fail to realize the cops have the right to do that. They can do that after they already told you step out of the car. You refuse to step out of the car, they could go that drastic. Now, putting their hands upon the man, I think that's wrong, and they need to stop doing that. Go right ahead, I can.
Dan, I was looking for this lyrics to read, but I want people to understand. This is America. In Florida, the police have a license to beat you up.
Yep.
So I would tell anybody, do you want to die or you want to go home? It's 4 people on some skinny dude. They punched him. They slapped him in his mouth. Jacksonville's, listen, I passed through Jacksonville. I do not stop. The most racist of whites live in North Florida. Matter of fact, the whole Florida racist. Let's just get that straight. We love them too. We know not to live next y'all. We know to comply. We know not to spend money. I hope BSO get bankrupt. I hope there's a federal indictment that lands on there and the waters wash away Jacksonville. As racist y'all is out there.
We got to keep in mind too. I can remember they have their police cam too. They're gonna release that too. That's why I say comply. Because if he didn't comply, it's gonna show another side that he did something wrong. Watch what I tell you. That's what's gonna happen. Because remember they record everything too. People fail to realize they're gonna show everything what happened.
Hear me out. Do y'all remember the Jordan Davis situation? You remember that?
Yeah.
A lot of people might not remember. RIP to that young man. He was in a car at the gas station, listening to music. This happened in Jacksonville. A white guy said he felt threatened because he seen the black guys listening to rap music. He goes and unload a whole clip into the car. He had no gun, had nothing. This was in Jacksonville. That's one of many cases of them where they have a license to kill black men in Jacksonville. He was threatened because he seen him listening to rap music. Not that he upped the pistol. Matter of fact, Jordan Davis wasn't even no gangster. He's just behind the wheel. His friends went inside to go. You know how you go to the corner store? He unloaded the whole clip. Before the kid could even turn his head, unload the whole clip, if that's what I could recall. So this is kind of that. So I hope Jacksonville gets sunken in water. I'll leave it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this the clip got millions and millions of views and everything. It shows that how most of the people I think about of a black man getting hit in his face a couple times, and when it comes to that, it's not right and everything. So and the thing is, when it comes to Jacksonville, they had to do an investigation so bad that since the video has gone viral, we don't know how intense it's going to be, but I can tell you this, maybe a couple officers might get fired for what they did and everything. I could say that, when it comes to how viral this video had gone and everything. Can the man sue the Jacksonville? I'm sure he can, we'll just see. That's if he goes to a lawyer or anything like that and everything. He might go to Ben Crump. I'm not surprised we hear Ben Crump's name out here yet, and he ain't been on television been viral like that and everything. So, but yeah, when it comes to the videos, Roddy, you is right. There's other videos that we haven't seen that that might pop up to the case, which it could leans towards the sheriffs, or it could lean not towards the sheriff, more towards the men and everything. But there's more video come out and everything, and leads towards the driver. Best believe he's definitely gonna sue the Jacksonville sheriffs and everything. If he does, wipe them out clean, because I have lived in Florida for many years and I have passed through certain areas, especially northern Florida, and trust me, believe me, I would not want to go back.
Yeah, he has the right to sue. Doesn't mean he's gonna win the case. Cause like I said, they're gonna drop the other video, the other part, the one that we don't see, and that's everybody gonna be like, oh, he was wrong. That what thing that always happens. When people see the other part, when it comes to the police cam, they be like, oh, he was wrong, so he was at fault. Joe don't heard him say this. Imagine all the brothers who never had a video recording in the past, and this is why we need to have everything on tape for any interaction with the 12. I agree. Why I say this dude is getting paid? Why I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know, because these guys have immunity now under the Trump administration. So let's see if they get paid. But they're doing an investigation, and they're gonna drop it immediately, because this went viral. Shout out to the viral team. This actually went viral, and we need more videos like these to go viral, because we need more awareness of what's going out there, especially when it comes to some of these states. Especially Florida, even though we live in Florida. We love Florida. But I'm like you, Hakeem and Jordan. There's some parts I just don't go into.
Last
topic on today's show. Jordan, what's going on with Tyler Perry?
So let's get into it. So Tyler Perry, who was Young Jeezy and Kirk Franklin.
I have to bring
They basically talk about the situation when it comes to family members of hiring them. You know, he said he hired his aunt one time and give her a job, and you know she kept being not showing up, so he had to fire her. And he also said about one family, wanted to get $1 million from Tyler Perry, but he refused and everything. And he got so angry, he got so very, very angry because, as Tyler Perry being a billionaire, some family members think, if you get somebody $1 billion, it's not going to hurt and everything because you're a billionaire, giving out $1 million, it's not going to hurt nobody. It's not going to hurt your bank account. But that being said, play a clip from Tyler Perry, and after that, we'll chop it up.
along. How do I have to let some go? It's like bossology and family. How do y'all struggle with that tension?
I fired my aunt.
Right. I feel it.
I fired my aunt. She said she wanted a job. She would always call, ask for money. I'm like, okay, I was sending the money. I was like, listen, I want to help you. I don't want to help you build this thing, not be welfare to you. So let me give you a job. She wasn't coming in, calling in all the time. I was like, okay, well, you got to go. Because you want me to hand you the money, but you don't want to work for it. See, that doesn't work for me. And it's the same way with my son. Like, he's 10 years old. Like, there's certain things that he wants. He has to do chores and work for it. Right. I don't believe in giving us things that are just going to handicap us. That is the worst thing you can do. And I've had family members that I've done that to because my mother has asked me to. And when she passed away in 2009, I sent all of them letters saying, listen, you got 60 days to become gainfully employed because I'm not going to keep supporting you like this.
Are you serious?
100%. They all got jobs. I don't believe in giving us things. And it wasn't even jobs where they're making a lot of money, but it was a job. It was something else for them to do to feel some pride in. Right. That's the same thing I would want somebody to do for me.
But do you still get like the backsplash from that? You know how you said they wasn't making a lot of money, then they can look at you and say, well, why I can't have more? Why am I working next to somebody to make more than me?
I have a family member that got mad at me because I wouldn't give them $1 million.
Wow.
You know, and I asked Jay this question because I'm actually going through that right now. Right. You know, when you start getting success, people start pulling on you. I just turned 38 today. Today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, okay. Happy birthday.
And I'm going to be able to talk about this for the rest of my days. I'm sitting here with legends on my birthday.
But here's the focus, though. What are you trying to do? Like, if you're trying to build a business to carry everybody in your family through, that's one thing. Right. And if you're trying to do that, then build a business. Yeah. What that means is you got to watch the family members that come putting holes in the boat that you're trying to get across the sea. Right. So sometimes you build a boat by yourself. Right. Y'all all wait. And it wasn't even jobs where they're making a lot of money over here on the shore. Stay here. I'm building this boat. I'm going to go over here and build this, and then I'm going to come back and see who's worthy to come.
Right.
Because anybody who's going to drag you down or put holes in the boat or try to destroy you, man, why bring them over?
I had to get rid of my whole
over here on the shore.
Yeah, so there you have it when it comes to when you're a millionaire or a billionaire, when you hire some family members, and some families might not take it seriously, and they think sometimes they can do what they want to do because they got a cousin or uncle, they got a billionaire and they can do what they want to do. But go ahead, Ronnie, man, what's your take on Tyler Perry was saying about hiring family members and what they want?
Tyler Perry's right. Just because they're your family member doesn't mean you have to cripple them. If they're not performing at the job, fire them. I don't know why people have to be more sentimental when it comes to aspect of family member. No, because if they're working for another corporation, they will try to be there 110%. If you're working for my corporation, you need to be able to do the same job if another person that didn't know me is trying to do the job for. I'm hiring you so you can make extra money, and not only that, they're a family member, so he probably paid them even extra more than the other employee, and they took advantage of it. So he had a good thing of firing them. And not only that, I didn't know Tyler Perry had a son. That is something new to me. And not that, but he also teaching his son financial etiquette, financial literacy, which is very, very important, especially in a young age. So he's showing, hey, the value of making money and not to be able to be a cripple and to understand, even though we're rich, you still got to understand the value of money and still understand the value of hardship, of working hard to get what you truly deserve. Shout out to Tyler Perry. I do agree with him 110%. Family members not working 100%, fire them. Go ahead, Akeem.
I agree with this 100%. I just think that this is the trials and tribulations of people when you get successful and you come from neighborhoods like us. People feel like they're entitled to your money. People feel like you owe them because you're successful. The neighborhood feels like that, when really it's, you know what I mean, you put in the work, you get there. It'll be nice for you to give back. It'll be nice for you to support, but you're not obligated. And this is why a lot of successful men don't come back to the neighborhood, because they feel like they're obligated. In some sense, you have a duty to go back and give your wisdom. But as far as financial gain, that's up to you. You know what I mean? It would be nice for you to make sure that you come and provide, but family members, friends, the only way you can help them is by giving them a job or pointing them out to go get the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as in Tyler Perry, who built his wealth to being a billionaire, have his own studio and everything. He worked for over 20 years to get where he get at and everything. And to family members to see that and everything, it should be grateful. And the thing is, as a family member, you want to know, hey, how can I get into this? How can I work for you or do what you do and be successful as you is and everything. And as a family member, if I would like, he has some type of job and everything. If I could learn from Tyler Perry and work my way up and everything, or something I like and something in film or production or anything like that, I'll do that and everything. But I agree with Tyler Perry. If I'm gonna hire you, I need you to work as a worker. As a family member, I love you and everything, but you gotta do what you do. You come in late, you come in calling out, you gonna get fired. As a boss. I still, as me being at this type of status I am right now, you got to do what you got to do. And also people that ask you for money, everything, I'm okay with like maybe $100, $500, or $1,000. But if you want to, I don't like when family members, when they, ask for $1 million, I don't like family members like that. They think like, since you can't give $1 million, it's not going to hurt you like that and everything. Like, no, if I work for my money, it's like that. I'm in a different tax bracket, than you are and everything. If I give $1 million, the majority you might do is it's risk it all and everything. You're not going to invest in anything like that, something like that. But yeah, Tyler Perry, he's right on what he's doing. He's definitely a businessman. He does have a son, so when it comes to all the stuff that he has, his studio and everything, he definitely passed it on with his son and everything. So it just tells you, when it comes to family members, you gotta let families know you're gonna work, you're gonna have to work. It won't be no free handouts, all this and that and everything. Because if you think it's gonna be a free handout and everything, you got someone else coming. But shout out to Tyler Perry, he did the right thing.
Go ahead. Hakeem, you was gonna read Jordan Hurdle comment?
Yeah. Jonah Hurd say rule number 7 is so underrated. Keep your family and your business completely separated. Money and blood don't mix. Like two with no bit. Find yourself in serious shit. Mm-hmm.
Biggie Smalls. Now that why I said don't rent to a family member either. Yeah, if the family member is not responsible, I won't rent to him either. Good point. But this is the type of hard conversation we need to have in the black community, but a lot of people tend to stay away from because they know it's gonna bring drama and cursing. You know how the black family is. Toxicity goes on, so people stay away from these conversations. But to me, family members not doing the job, get rid of them. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock each and time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Shout out to YI, who's also in the building. Jonah heard him, who is also in the building. Blessed be upon you. Shout out to you already know the lovely Sherry Bryan, who is also in the building, and Bobby Bryan. I always put Bobby and Sherry Bryan together because they always in the building. Busy Yahoo was in the building. G the Degenerate was also in the building. Shout out to Jabbar, who also was in the building. Dr. Ray, who also in the building. Shout out to the damn DD was also in the building. Shout out to the lovely, you already know, Shani baby was also in the building. Shout out to Upscale Ratchet, who's also in the building. Shout out to Ari, who's also in the building as well, man. Shout out to all you guys watching us from all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Rumble, X, Bingo Live, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Go ahead, Heike, you was gonna say something. You was singing "Happy Birthday."
Happy
She's already gone
birthday to
already.
you.
She won't be here to hear it unless she go to the playback.
Mm.
Also, guys, also very important, go to the KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio store, where we have the KL Culture Radio t-shirt, hat, coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the KL Culture Radio store. It's also pinned on top of the chat as well. So you guys can go ahead, click on it. It leads you guys right over to the store so you can go and check out some goodies we have. So you guys could come over here, support the platform. Also, guys, also very important, go to KL Culture Radio Community Post where we post any important information, any form of our achievements. Of course, the Prince Hakeem new book, Raising Kings, out now. Also, Black Love, out now. And also Hakeem's album, which is out now. And guys, you already know the QR code's in the back. Click on it. It leads you guys right over to the album. On the next show, hopefully we will show the premiere of the video. Hakeem, don't forget, make sure you put that in your notes.
Yep.
So we can show the guys the video when we go live, next time we go live, so you guys can watch the world premiere of the music video. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio.